friends. We're gonna just basically pick up exactly where we left off last time. Last time we unlocked the first trial. We did the quests after that. I thought I was finishing level 93. Turns out I'm still on level 93, but that's fine. But off camera, I unlocked flying. I'm accomplished. So let's just jump back in. Let's just do it. The promise of peace, Erenville would propose a course of action. I think it's time we return to Tuliyollal. After scaling Tural's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death, even dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. The respite would be most welcome. I believe I hear Forard cabins calling our names. Alright, oops. No! Should set up a return to be to Leolel. It would make my life so much easier. Where am I going? This way. Cabins. And close that. Rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. Oh shit, I'm not a paladin. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Will you be heading to the palace, Wuklemat? Wuklemat, did you hear me? Lost in our own little world, it seems. Well, no matter. I'll be back soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. Yep, wrong button. God, look how nice this water looks. Jesus, I love it. All right, I am going to... because we're here for a little bit. Welcome back, Maxia. Your cabin is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. Oh my god. You guys don't dust my place a lot, God?
You have a moment? There's something I wanted to talk to you about. So,
You precious child, come here. What is your issue? Maxia, you're too pretty. You're making her shy.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what.
Yeah, okay.
We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air. That's what we need.
Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I could feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know. I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Tuliyollal. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the Resplendent Quarter and make our way up from there. All Maxia wanted was a lay by the beach. All she wanted was a lay by the beach. Alright, or go to the splendid corner. Quarter, not corner. Here. Oh, she's up here. Joshua, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You're the claimant with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? Oh, there's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Peshua. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. All those smiling faces. Busted. Ah, sorry, Mexia, I'm getting distracted. It's just that with the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel that much more special. Do you think we can take our time and maybe wander around a little first? Then we can head to that spot I was thinking of. That's really pretty. I sense a background. This is really nice.
Oh, wow. This is much better.
Wow!
I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Orkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural?
Yes.
Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living.
Hear, hear, girl. Hear, hear.
And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the sort of thing I expect you to say. You wish for a world like the... Oh, I wrote it down. Yaqui stream? Ideas are nice in theory.
With eternal life and no struggle or conflict, it's certainly an ideal worth striving for. Who knows if we could make such a world a reality? But renouncing war and conquest seems like a good place to start. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness.
Aww.
It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me?
Of course.
Thank the gods for that. Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the cabins.
I was too slow for that photo. Damn. I'm so sleepy. All right. Now where's our next area? Oh nuts, I still never took my photos. Oh, I keep forgetting to take my tourist photos. You look to be in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was well spent? I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it'll soon be back to the road for us. 94! Woohoo! Alphonse seems eager to return to review your journey thus far. I'm sure the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone has rested well. Now that we've refreshed ourselves somewhat, let us consider all claimants as they currently stand. Zoral Ja and Kona have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 keystones apiece. Wu Clamet would be equal with them, but for Bakulja Ja's thievery, which has left a short one. That conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof and wreaked havoc for the feat of ice. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I'll be taking back what's mine, this I swear. I fear that reclaiming your keystone may not be enough. That is, if Bakulja Ja's unleashing of Valgormanda is any indication. Using his lead, I anticipate that he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. I can't say I'd be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The last 2 keystones we require are those of the Lay of Repast and the Lay of the Brotherhood. The former depicts the cessation of hostilities between the Mamulja and Shawbral. Shawbral? Because the X is said like a Shaw? In the forests of Yaktel, especially specifically near a village called Labraksh. Labraksh? That's where I was born, if you recall. I haven't been back there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga, it is said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but little more than that. Eorzea has a similar tale. The explorer, Kedavram, befriended a 2-headed king known as the Artrak before commencing his travels across Tural. He journeyed here several times afterwards, but was timely lost at sea. At least, that is a commonly held belief. Your 2-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Kedavram fellow must have come to Tuliolel. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yaqui architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Arturek, didn't you? Then Kedavram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamuk. Mamuk? Is that a city? One of the grandest in Tural once upon a time, and the seat of the Mamulja's homeland. It too lies in Yaktel, not far from Igbrax. Then, all things considered, Yaktel seems like the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. We're riding in one of Kona's balloons? They can't be any worse than ships, can they? Alright, change gears. Never mind, wrong outfit, got confused. Where are we headed? Dirigible landing. Ow. There we go. The next flight to Yaktel will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. It is kind of terrifying looking at. I can't say I blame her. Are we sure that thing will stay in the air all the way to Yaktel? Are you ready? Bags packed and goodbye said. There's no going back once we lift off. No, not that I'm nervous or anything. I'm just making sure that you're not nervous. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Hey, will you hold my hand just until I've settled my nerves? Oh, come here, you big gloof. Of course. I love her. I will hold her hand. You're the nicest person I've ever met, Maxia. I'll try not to crush your hand. There she is, third promise. Wait just a moment. Hey, it's May Blue. Hi, May Blue. May Blue and Tobley. Of course, of course. I'll wait as long as you need. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kryle's earring. Oh, shit. Is that so? You said before that it gained popularity in Yoctorel as a protective ward for travelers, correct? That's right, we tracked down the elderly merchant to whom first sales are attributed. According to him, a design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at the market some 20 years ago. Little did he know the charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? One in Yoctel, to where it seems you're already bound. Bad luck, then I shall seek my next clue once we arrive. Is it mere coincidence that brought my grandfather here or there, or... Yeah, another discovery to look forward to. Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise. Good luck with the rest of the rite. But thanks, I won't let you down. I've just got to board this dirigible and I'm as good as there. Last call for passengers to Yoctel. I really hope she wins. Yoctel will test her mettle, without a doubt. The next Dawn servant must be willing to bear the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be.
The fierce Chapral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yoctel. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Chapral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the rite of succession would reach its climax.
Aww.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozamautka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the earth, it became susceptible to erosion.
Ha!
Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
Man, just called her out.
It was one time.
Is the Shabral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Shabral. Okay. To my notes.
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
Okay. Is there a shiny I can touch? No, there's not. With thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. Okay. The one's super close. Come on. Okay. $70 southwest. Oh, so it's like literally right in front of me. Oh my god, that's adorable. I want one. I did pass it, damn. I don't hear it though. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Probably this way to the north. Necrosis. That's cute. Please leave me alone. I'm busy. I don't want to fight you. There we go. Good. Everyone's accounted for. Shoot. Brock. Brock's is up ahead. Let's be on our way. I don't know if I caught the IQ. Let's. Sprite. There it is. Okay. Perfect. There's her. Yeah, don't fall in that. That's bad. Erenville was not exaggerating about the sea notes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. Village of the Hunt. Wukalamat's attention is divided between the perilous deep Snout and Ikbrax. Ready to head in? Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly upon us. The third promise and her retinue, I presume. You presume right. I seek the Dawn Servant Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of the Stars, the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? And who might that be? Either the other ones or the group of people that live here. There's but one way to find out. Come, let us follow him. I knew it. It's all the others.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
Oh, shove it.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As Ibrash Rash, I have the honor of serving as Elector on behalf of my people. As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us. Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner.
At least we get Kona.
Teams will be decided by
Oh,
lots.
damn.
Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Come on, give us someone we like. Give us someone we like.
12 forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jajar. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Alize, I love you.
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red. Blue. On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red. Which means...
Yes, we get Kona.
Together again, as fate would have it.
Ah, I'm here for it.
Victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Yeah, about that.
Not the one-head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
A what now?
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanuhanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelupelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
You need both.
The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Pibil will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Pibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
How fortunate that this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakul Ja's attempts to delay us. Serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. Anytime team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6, the 2 claimants, Cyril Ja and Pakulda Ja's lackeys, whereas we are a team of 9, that's 3 more people than we can mobilize. With the tasks suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Well, we mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake that could have been easily avoided. Our first order of business should be determining the recipe for Shibruk Pibil. Pibil? We can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Shabral people. Let us gather here once we have seen what clues this village has to offer. Colorful spices. Here we go. A number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in a basket. That one's called Ikitoe. We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Recipe for shock brock peel. I wish I could tell you, friend. A dish so delicious is meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Human Rook himself. But your mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still a brock to be had at market. We ought to cut our losses and head to Mamuk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think he won't tan our hides for leather if we dare to return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could a second time be? Well, what are you looking at? Salt liquor? Mind your own business. Oh my god, you guys are assholes. Alright. And where is this fourth person? And peel. Here we go. Excuse me, pardon me. Right, banana peel. An unusually colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my nanulj. I mean, Tika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. Ah, there's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. Alright, so it's an underground oven. You need the banana peel, which is Tika, and you use leaves. Okay. Okay, I think I figured it out. I'm ready. Now I have to figure out how to get back. Anval and Thancred, you guys are not helping. You're just chit-chatting. Alright, here we go. That's such a pretty chocobo color. Oh, I love it. Aww. Adorable. Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover about Shabrek Pilal? True to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us, directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish, and observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize, while neither conforming nor denying any relation to Shabrek Pilal. But one in particular she attributed to a common Jabral dish, Akiode, she called it. I see. Then if Shabrek Pilal is indeed a dish as ambiguous as Alphino claims, we should have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burying bundles wrapped in the leaf of najul or banana in certain localities. It would seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw it the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles, then, don't you? We have no idea. A Breck, without a doubt. A sizzling slab of beef. It smelled so good I could practically taste it. A squeaky flesh of a bipedal fish. A Breck. As would be expected of a dish called Shabrek Piblel. Pibil? So to summarize, this dish is one of Ibrek, flavored with a combination of spices that include ajoke and steamed underground within najul or banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Thancred and I scouted the surrounding forests while you were all exploring the village. Between the local vegetation and wild Ibrek, we should have everything we need in regards to meats and spices. Leave it to a master gleaner. With that, we should next divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering. Oh, Alphado. Oh, Alphado. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. Then the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I am happy to lead someone to a suitable Ibrek if they will perform the requisite deed. Alize? What do I do then? As for the najul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. Be warned, you won't find najul in these parts. They only grow in the Jatiki heartland forests far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we ought to try bartering first. This feat encourages our communication with the locals, after all. Limachi, Maxia, if you would accompany me on my errand? No better way to whet my appetite. Good. Let us be about our tasks then. Okay. Come on, let's go and get those najul leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. A history of violence. Kona has the look of a man intent on finding bananas. Let us see if there are any najul leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Yoriange mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. Alright. Hello again. Did you need something? Where do you get your leaves? Najul leaves for purposes other than Shabrek female, naturally. Unfortunately, I've just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forests for more. Gol Majeki Grove is the source of the finest najul leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in the city markets can't compare. I see. I had hoped to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there's no other way to obtain our ingredient, then to the Jatiki heartland we shall go. Allow me to save you the trip. Traveling there requires that you go through the Tyenbeck Traverse, but it has been caved in due to the recent storm, I suspect. What? But that means we can't get our Najul leaves. But we can, can't we? If there were no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended this feat or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. That's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach. You may find Shabrek Biblal to be delicious, but daunting dish to finish. I can't wait. Still, if there are no leaves here and we can't travel for more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and culture of Tuliyollal. So perhaps there is something about the Shabrek Biblal that we have yet to learn, something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. Oh, I see. Like who was the first to make it, its history, and that sort of thing. If it's Yoctel's history you're interested in, you should start with the Old War. Between the Sabral and the Mulja, right? These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. To know the end of the bloodshed is to know Shabrek Biblal. Huh? What does steamed Ibrek have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing through such a detour it may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feast. In that case, you may wish to visit the state of the settlement ruined by the war. The village of Ion Asho? It lies a short distance to the east. The village of Ion Asho. Understood. Thank you for your help. Let's go see this place. Alright. The ocean. Oh, I can't go that way. Never mind. There. Is that a goldfish? No, that's the necrosis. The village of Eon Asho must be further east. Let us continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on our heels. Is there like a thing around here? No. Northwest. I am just going east. Okay. No! Go away. Killer piranha, but you're not in water, killer piranha. Oh, but there's a crystal. Okay. Eh. Okay. So this is the village of Eon Esho, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Oh. Well, hello, good sir. I know it's not Evu. It's... Evu? Evu? Eu? I don't remember how to say his name. Wook Evu. I didn't know you were in Yaktel. I was picking up lumber from Equebrek when I heard that the third promise was on her way to this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so I followed you here. Wook Evu is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You are a member of the Third Promise's retinue, I presume? No. For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Kona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. He's like, wait a minute. Kona, now that's a good name. A familiar name. Where have I heard? Kona, as in the second promise of Tulilolel? To think that I addressed the Dawn Serpent's own son as some common retainer. Such disrespect cannot be excused. Please take up your gun and... Stop it. Oh, come on, not this again. I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Okay. Alright then, I shan't dwell on it. And right on cue. At least he's consistent. I understand you wish to learn about Shebrek Hiblel, where I am forbidden, while I'm forbidden by the Shebrek Rek to divulge any information regarding its preparation. I would be happy to share what I know of Yaktel's history. We'd appreciate that. In its most basic sense, the conflict between the Shabral and Mamuja was one of land. The Mamuja lived in the flower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Shabral, and they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Shabral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. But as the state of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well, blessed siblings. You must understand the Mamuja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hubigo, the Buniwa, and the Doparo each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged in the Zabral in battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Hubigo and Buniwa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in no ways one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of differing clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child who shared the blood of Hubigo and Buniwa both, a two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first Atrek, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone of leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the Trek's rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to a head. I think it's best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield from that time, and there shall continue the tale. All right. Is that a wasteland because of the war?
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinderfield.
Great.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yokui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Bali Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours. If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace.
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest. Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end? That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East. But you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn Servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed Najul.
There we go.
Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn Servant laughed and declared once more, their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It was so fast I couldn't catch it.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn Servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn Servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Pibil. Shabrek Pibil.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong?
It's like we're not alone.
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
Oh my god, that was such a good picture. I didn't take it. I'm so bad. Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. And we're doing the same now. Kona. The feat of her past, bananas still weigh heavily on Kona's mind. Wukifu has given us valuable insight into the origins of Shabrek Pibil. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves, unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Okay. Here it is. Offered up by two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true, especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Maxia, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. Look here, this soil has been recently overturned. Ooh, someone buried a box. Feels weird going through people's stuff. Oh well, I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are. Fresh Najul leaves. Moon reeks stewing, I'd wager. There's a poetry in hiding them on his There's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was essential to the war they helped end. So he planned all this from the start. Thank you again, Wukifu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance. And, with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well. Third promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the Feat of Reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. I'll devise solutions to the Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ihihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliyollal and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. I mean, he's not wrong, though. Kona likes to forget culture and history and move towards just innovation. I cannot argue with that, yeah. We have what we need. Let us return to Ibrex. 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 have to go this way. Wonder if there's a shiny thing around here. The southwest. No. I am not really. Oh, there's a vista though. I will take the vista. Okay. I really don't think there'll be anything around here. Oh crap, I can't go this way. Oh, nope, I can't go that way. Okay. Can I go this way? Yes. Yes, I can. Perfect. No! Flying squirrel, leave me alone! Oh my god, even with this, I still can't find where I'm going. I'm glad we were successful. The others be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. How did everyone fare? We got the Najul leaves. Woogie Voo came along and helped us find them. Woogie Voo is here? I would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. That Gulul Daja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions, but how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Oriange and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. And I'm pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest had to offer. Spoken like a true expert. Aaronville and I found a breck, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a note trying to catch it. She's gonna kick your ass. What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? Don't murder him! I picked a good portion of local herbs, with particular attention to the seeds that yielded achiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for seasoning as well. Hi, Annie. Though further inquiry, did I determine the ideal balance of spices? Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one of us is versed in the culinary arts. I'm a level something or other. 60 something, I think. I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope, as I recall, you are an accomplished culinarian. I'm pretty good. Oh, my mouth is watering already. I wonder what happens if I didn't have the skill. I'd be curious. Without further delay, then.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
High five, girl. High five.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready.
I'm so worried they're gonna do shit. Like, I'm so worried they're gonna do shit.
Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing.
We made a lot of it.
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then.
Fingers crossed. It's so tiny in his big hand.
In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Pibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter.
But we didn't have a recipe.
But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I wonder if they have any, like, history in the dish.
I see.
Uh-oh. That's a man who's conflicted.
While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Oh.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
There's gonna be a fight.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
Oh yeah, oh, Kryle.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the Najul leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I hope she shared that.
That was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
No thank you. I love you, but no thank you.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
Well, I should get going then.
Bye, Kona.
I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
Me too.
We can do better than that, surely.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important.
Uh-oh.
Was there any Shipbrook people left? I could really use another helping.
Terrible. She's terrible. I love her. I will protect her always, but terrible. That was so good. I'm already looking forward to having shipwreck people again. Here, Maxia. Crow made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feat of repass is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Oh, the tabletop piece. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I can put it in my house. New wares are available. Got these wares real quick. I don't know where this merchant is. There's the gem trader. Oh, here we go. Merchant. Dark matter. Oh, more tabletop stuff. Honeybees. Freshwater. Ocean fishing. Very tempting. Very tempting. Ooh, I need some crystal greens. Okay, Ocean's got some crystal greens. We're good there. Oh, I caught that. I was like, where'd these fish come from? Oh, cool. Four. Okay. I don't hate it. I don't really love it either, but I don't hate it. It doesn't work in her colors, but it could use some finagling. They're fingerless gloves. I hate it. Never mind. Oh, child, you don't wear pants. Never mind. Alright, friends. We're gonna stop here for this portion of the playthrough. I'm very excited. We're making really good progress. Why isn't I going into Ocean? Hopefully this will be uploaded soon, and the next part will be up shortly after. Hopefully like one a day. Alright, my friends. I love you. Make sure you drink water. I will see you around. Enjoy the story. Till later.